Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And I just wanted to take this moment to say hi to you guys because I know it's been a while since you guys have actually seen my face and I've been on camera. I've been doing a lot of readings with just my hands lately, partly because I've been a little busy with personal readings and also trying to take a little bit of time off to rest and relax and send some good vibes out there. I just hope you guys are all doing well. I know it's been a really intense time on the planet, just so many world events, and then that full moon eclipse we just had hit really hard. I definitely felt that. And so I hope that this reading finds you today at the perfect moment, and that it just helps you to feel lifted up and maybe bring you a little bit of confidence. It's just all about good vibes today, and I just want to send you guys love and light out there, okay? So if you want to participate in this reading, then stay tuned. I've got my setup back here, and we're going to switch to the screen with my hands, but I just wanted to say hello to you guys, all right? So I have 3 options for you guys today, and the whole purpose of this reading is to uplift you, compliment you, and boost your confidence about your divine feminine qualities. And this isn't about gender. This is about the divine feminine aspects that every single one of us here on this planet has within us. We all have the divine feminine. So no matter how you identify on the spectrum of gender, the divine feminine is within us all. So the divine feminine traits, we're going to get a little bit more into the specific traits that make you beautiful and the specific traits that make you attractive. But generally, this is a more receptive energy, a more sensitive energy, more creative, more sensual, more of a peacemaking type of energy. Not to say that the divine feminine is a doormat, because the divine feminine has a furious frenzy of passion behind this energy. But we're going to look into your divine feminine qualities and see which ones you have that are the strongest and that add that charm to your personality. I just feel really called to do divine feminine healing right now and to help you to connect more with this side of yourself. So you can choose a card or a crystal that you feel drawn to the most, or maybe you can listen to all of them and see which one you identify with the most or which traits you feel you have inside of you. And I would love to hear your comments and your experiences down below. So you can choose number 1, the jasper crystal. Number 2, the raw quartz crystal. Or number 3, the tiger's eye. Once you've chosen, head down to the description or to the comments below where the timestamps are posted. And if you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. So for those of you guys who choose number 1, let's go ahead and see what your divine feminine qualities are that are the strongest, that serve to help you be more creative and powerful and beautiful and attractive within and without. So let's see what you're getting. And you have the Princess of Hearts or the Princess of Cups. So this is your unique energy. So you are the lover, okay? You are the peacemaker or the harmony keeper. So you are somebody who is in love with being in love. You're a romantic. Some people might call you a hopeless romantic, but I would call you a hopeful romantic. Chances are, if you identify with this Princess of Hearts card or you've chosen this, you are somebody who believes in true love or in soulmates or twin flames or the one, or who desires or is constantly in passionate relationships. And this is actually a good quality because there's many people out there who have forgotten how to love, or who don't know how because of, life or circumstance or things they've been through. And so when you come into people's lives, you reawaken that love in them. So if you are looking to be in a romantic partnership, or you are in a romantic partnership, you reawaken and ignite people's desire for passionate romantic love. Because you're such a huge believer in love, like you're an advocate for it. So you are somebody who is rarely judgmental over how other people find love. So there are certain people and certain groups on this earth that are discriminated against for how they love or why they love or who they love. And you're somebody who's just very, very open to that. So you could be an advocate for perhaps the LGBTQIA community, or perhaps you are part of that community or identify with that. You're somebody who really is all about social justice. I would call you almost like a social justice warrior, but you're more of like a social justice creatress, because you want to bring love to others, and you're very good at doing that. And the way that you do that is through your words and through your speech. It's possible that the way that you speak is very gentle or very melodic, or the words that you choose are beautiful and harmonious, or just are very simple. When you speak, people want to listen. And it doesn't matter if you have the loud, booming voice or you're very quiet or soft-spoken. There's something eloquent and beautiful about your speech that makes you very attractive. And you use your words to create love, or to inspire love, or to advocate for love. And so you are the lover. You're the lover, you're the poet, you're the writer, you might even be the speaker. And so this divine feminine quality in you is somebody who protects and preserves and uplifts love into others' lives. So as a friend, you're a loving and thoughtful and caring friend. So when people make friends with you, they notice right away how passionate you are about relationships, and they see you giving gifts or giving kind words. You might express your love through compliments, through using your words, through speaking your gratitude or your appreciation for others. You might express your love in friendships through quality time, making time to spend with people, making that a big part of your life. But I definitely see you sending a lot of text messages or like funny and sweet memes. You always want to uplift people and help them to feel loved. And so you're definitely the lover. The lover just describes you perfectly. Now, it's possible that you are a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, or perhaps that's your sun, moon, or rising sign, or perhaps your Venus is in one of those signs, because this is definitely a water energy. But even if you're a really strong fire sign or air sign or earth sign or whatever, you're somebody whose effect on others is healing emotions. So people are attracted to you because you're non-judgmental and you're like this secret keeper. And I don't know why I'm thinking about Mean Girls. They're like, that's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. I think that you are actually a good secret keeper. And so people will come and they'll tell you their life story, or they'll confess things to you, or they will shed tears around you, and you're able to hold space for people to do that. You're not afraid of emotion. You're not afraid of showing it, and you're not afraid of other people coming to you with their emotions. So as a friend, as a lover, you are somebody who's just very non-judgmental and accepting. Now, another reason like why you're attractive, or maybe some more of how this plays out in your life, is in romantic relationships. You're not afraid to fall head over heels. And sometimes that's backfired in the past, but the thing I love the most about you is that you always pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you never give up on love, no matter what you've been through. I see a lot of healing. Many of you guys have been through sometimes bad experiences, or people take advantage of you for your kind nature. you're not to blame for that. There's toxic people out there, you know, but I really admire, and I think a very attractive quality in you is that you go back out there time and time again, and you never give up. And some of you have actually found your person, and you're in that beautiful marriage or relationship because of your beautiful perseverance and for your belief in love and your belief in the one. And some of you are still looking or maybe in between things, but I love how you never give up on that, and you inspire the people in your life to love more. So romantically, like, you have this effect on your romantic partners to open up more. You kind of teach people how to love. I mean, you learn and receive in relationships as well, and I think that's something you're also really good at, is talking about divine feminine traits, receiving. You're very good at receiving love from people. So when someone gives you a compliment, you're very good at accepting that. You've done a lot of work on your self-love, and that's why you're able to love so much. And I think in romantic relationships, the people you've been romantic with that were healthy, or your current partner, they love that you love. They really enjoy spoiling you and treating you and bringing these gifts to you, because you really show your full appreciation and are able to receive that. I also feel like you're not really pushy with people. So the people who've been with you romantically appreciate that you're not, you let people come to you. You don't always push and pursue. You're very sensible and calm in that way. And that's something else I'm going to say, is that your presence is very tranquil. Your presence is very soothing. You might notice your friends or people around you yawning around you a lot. And it's just because they're getting sleepy or relaxed, or they feel safe. They can finally let their guard down around you or in your aura. So you have so many beautiful traits and so many attractive qualities. I think something else that's kind of interesting about you is that you let your soft side show. And I'm actually going to talk about aesthetically, because we can't ignore the fact that this card in the tarot traditionally is talking about somebody who is like loves to dress and loves to put on a show and loves to be creative and express. And creativity is, of course, a divine feminine quality. So I feel like you are somebody who's very creative with how you put yourself together, whether it's the way that you style your hair, or the way you choose to dress, or perhaps if you wear makeup, the way that you do your makeup, or the jewelry or trinkets that you choose to adorn yourself with, or even just the choices that you make aesthetically. Even if you're a really simple person and you just got the jeans and t-shirt going on, I feel like you're choosy about the colors or where you're purchasing your items, and you have this soft energy. It's still strong, but it's because there's nothing wrong with being soft. I want to make that point, that this side of you, this divine feminine side of you is soft, but it's like unafraid to be like that. And that's what's so beautiful, and that's what's so powerful about it. You definitely have some divine masculine qualities as well, but you know, we're here to talk about the feminine, and you're a good friend. Opportunities come to you. You love to be spontaneous, and I think also travel is attracted to you. You get a lot of opportunities to travel or to go new places because your friends or the people around you recognize that you are such a lover of life, and you're the lover once again, and so they think about you. They say, oh, I want to go with her or with them or with him. I want to take them with me on this trip. Or so you're gonna be constantly having people invite you places, like to travel or to go somewhere beautiful, because you have that beautiful sense of appreciation, and people want to be in your presence and experience stuff like that. You're definitely a flirtatious person, so you're not afraid to be cute and be playful. There's people that you've put your playful energy to that you don't realize has really helped them. because, some people can get very low and they don't have, anybody flirting with them or giving them attention, and you're kind of a little bit of a flirt, which is okay. And I think that that's really lifted up a lot of people's days, and that's really something that's attractive about you, because you're unafraid to like flirt and just send out playful, cute energy. So let's see if there's anything else that's coming out about your attractive divine feminine qualities and these good parts of you, these compliments for you. Oh, wow. Oh, of course, here we go. So these cards, there's so many different cards in this deck, and I love how like every single card that came out is so DF, so divine feminine. So of course, we've been talking a lot about how you inspire people. I don't think you're actually, it's definitely with your words. Many of you inspire with your words, and you might be like, oh my gosh, I totally just like pour my heart out on my social media, or I'd love to affirm people with my words. But some of you who really aren't really the wordsmiths are gonna identify with this part, because your energy naturally inspires people. There was this woman I was actually hanging out with recently, and don't worry, the lockdown is completely over where I am, so people are able to kind of carry on with life. So I actually was hanging out with a friend here in Croatia, and every time I leave hanging out with her, I feel very inspired. And I was like just thinking about it. Wow, this person really lifts me up, and I feel really high on life when I leave her. And I was thinking about it and really realizing it and noticing that it's because she's constantly sharing these amazing stories and this good news with me. And even when she talks about the real stuff that's happened in her life and some of the sad things, she shares that with me, but I just don't feel that negative vibe from her at all. Like, she's really real and authentic and constantly sharing her joy and good news and wanting to help. And it's a passion, to inspire. It's just her way of being. It's her natural way of being. So I feel like for you, that friend's coming up in my mind. I bet this is totally the card she'd probably pick or would resonate with her. You're kind of like that. When people leave hanging out with you or being around you, they feel really boosted up. They feel on fire for life. You've shared things with them, whether it's just your tranquil energy, or you've lent your shoulder to cry on, or maybe you were just a good listener, or you've shared joy, or you've talked about love. And it doesn't even matter, like just you and your essence and your being inspires and lifts people up. Also, this is very interesting to me. You are all about freedom. Your life path has been a lot about creating freedom for yourself, and you're very passionate about creating freedom for others. And so you're very compassionate about people who feel stuck in situations or people who are less fortunate. Your heart really goes out. You have a lot of empathy for anybody who is trapped in a situation or perceives that they are trapped in a situation, or who is going through something difficult or impoverished or something like that. Like, this is a big thing for you, and that makes you attractive, because people look at you and they love your empathy, and they see that like you allow yourself to be free and you allow yourself to have joy in life, but it's not vain. It's not a stuck up thing. You're not unaware. Like, you're very aware of the suffering on this earth and planet, and you have a lot of compassion, but it's inspiring to people how you still allow yourself to have freedom and to have joy. It's like you're aware and you're helping, but you're not letting that energy pull you down so hard. And so it's beautiful, because you can still have this inspiration and this passion, but you're not sucked down. I mean, we all have our times, but you really are compassionate and have empathy and are aware. And I think people appreciate that Sometimes it's easy to lose your whole life and get sucked down by the suffering of this world so hard and be so compassionate that you punish yourself or you don't allow yourself to receive. And I think that's something that's beautiful about you, is that you allow yourself to receive love. You allow yourself to receive freedom. You allow yourself to receive the goodness, and you want to give that back out to people. And you're very compassionate to people who are going through hard times. You're very sensitive. You feel things very, very deeply. And so you're very relatable and attractive because of that. And I just feel a soft confidence coming from you. It's not loud, it's subtle, and it's very sexy and very kind of sensual and seductive, and it's a good look on you, I have to say. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, let's take a look into your divine feminine qualities, how they play out in your life, which ones are strongest, and how this helps you to be more attractive to others within and without. So let's get your profile here. And we've got the Queen of Wands. So your divine feminine quality that is the strongest is the gift of intuition. So it's funny because some people might look at the Queen of Wands and see this as more of a masculine energy, and it's very possible that you're somebody who's got a lot of the DM in you, but we're focusing here on the divine feminine qualities, and the Queen of Wands is a feminine energy. It's a little bit more assertive, it's a little bit more dynamic, but the intuition is what we're looking at here. This is one of your most beautiful, strongest divine feminine qualities that makes you attractive and that draws people to you, and that it's very charming and it's very electric and magnetizes people to you and even shocks and awes people. So you are very, very intuitive person, whether you are a he or a she or a they or wherever you fall in the gender spectrum. Once again, this is you as a person are very intuitive, and we all have an intuitive side, and all of us are intuitive and have intuitive gifts to a certain degree, but you are extremely intuitive. So whatever you want to call it, intuitive, psychic, heartfelt, feeler. I see intuition as somebody who has like emotional intelligence, somebody who is very at home with feeling from the heart and even thinking from the heart, but can actually put their logic behind it. So intuition is kind of the bringing together or the union of the heart and the mind. And so it's not always psychic, like, oh my gosh, I got a vision, or like, super new age or anything. It's just, sometimes it's the knowing without knowing. It's the subtleness. It's the perceptions that you have. And so you will find that many people are attracted to you because they like your opinion or they want your opinion on something. So friends and people will come to you for advice or for opinion or for support or for making a decision or to run something by you. You can be a very good editor. So you might be editing photographs or editing writing, or checking your friend's hair or outfit and take this off or put this on, or so you're very good at like organizing and managing things as well, but in a very creative way. And so you're very smart. You're very, very smart, and the intuition that comes through you is very grounded. And this is usually associated with a fire sign. So I would find it interesting if any of you chose this and you happen to be like a fire sun, moon, or rising, or perhaps your Venus is in fire. But even if you're not a fire sign and you're like a total water sign or have tons of earth or air in your chart, this is talking about the spark. Your desire is to help people find what makes them spark and be creative. And so you are intuitive, but you're also inspiring in a sense. Like you feel almost called to leave your mark on every person around you, that they find more clarity and vision. So when you're hanging out with friends or even in the workplace, your natural feminine energy of intuition helps people to be able to know what they want or clarify things. They will leave spending time with you feeling a little bit more sure of themselves or a little bit more decided. And it's not even because you've told them what to do or because you have the ultimate opinion on things or whatever. You definitely have your own taste and you're very unique, of course, but it's just your natural energy, and that gift of intuition creates space for people to make their own decisions and to feel free. You have a little bit of rebellious energy, okay? So you're like a horse almost, like an unbridled horse, like a wild horse. Whenever I see Queen of Wands, I always think of wild horses. And it's like untamed, unbridled, free, running through the field type of energy. And it's dynamic and it's fast, but the divine feminine aspect of that is actually freedom and of course creativity. And you are very organized and are very managed, but you live your life in a very loose and free way. You have your moments like everybody, but you generally put off this energy like you just do not give a crap what other people think about you. And so you carry that energy with you. So friends and people who are around you after spending time with you, that rubs off on them. The whole like, don't care what people think and just be you. You're a very unique person. You're very authentic, and you've done a lot of work on being able to be like that and to embrace that. You know, people might not know the battles you've been through that have allowed you to have this freedom of thought and freedom of creativity, but it's a gift that you pass on to other people since you literally do not give a crap anymore. And you've got this whole sense and this whole energy like, you know, life's too short to waste on worrying about yourself and what you're looking like and, you know, what people are gonna think. You live your life like that. And so people look at you and they see how you live your life, and it opens doors for them to free themselves or to create or to tap into the intuitive side of themselves. You make people more aware of their intuition just by your natural energy. You make people more aware of their intuition. I think a lot of people forget that you don't have to just be logical about everything. I mean, logic is super important. It's obviously important to make calculated decisions, and it's all about a balance, but you bring this energy to people that it's okay to come from the heart. It's okay to factor in the heart when it comes to making your decisions. In fact, you're somebody who loves to feel good. And I think feeling good and feeling joy and being at one with nature and this world is like a very feminine trait. You know, being at one with Mother Earth and all that good stuff, being at one with the cycles in life. And you've learned how to take things in stride. You've learned how to live your life uniquely to you. And so people see that and they're very attracted to you because they want to learn that too. And they're inspired and they're motivated to find their own path and their own journey and their own cycles and their own seasons. Another trait I would say that is very powerful in you that makes you very attractive is a divine feminine energy inside of you is vulnerability. I think that you're not afraid to show people the good, the bad, and the ugly, or to talk or express the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're not someone who's trying to maintain like a perfect image. You're not somebody who's like faking it. You're very blunt with people. You might even have a little bit of a sarcastic sense of humor, but you are able to look at life, and you are very at peace with the mysteries or the uncertainties. People will be attracted to you when they're going through uncertain times, because you're just like have this energy of, well, what are you gonna do about it kind of vibe. So I can feel your energy really strong, and these are ways that are just, it's so attractive in romantic relationships. The people that you date, or the people that you like fall in love with or are in relationships with, the good ones. Because maybe you've had your fair share of toxic partners or whatever, but the people that appreciate this and that are naturally attracted to you are in awe of how you don't need their approval. How when you're kind of hard to get or hard to catch. And so people like that challenge of getting to know you or capturing your attention. People are very romantically, they connect with you on a very mental level, like with your logic and how you think, but it's because you're pulling your heart up into your head. And so you're able to get concepts across to people that would normally be very close-minded to them. You're able to open and reawaken your lovers to feelings. And you're also just really fun to be around because you're that adventurous energy. So romantically, people are drawn to you because you will get these last minute ideas, or you are so at one with like nature that you will know like secret spots to go to, or that no one has been before. You're taking your romantic partner to like a waterfall or to the beach, or suggesting a picnic. Like you're bringing your partner out into nature and out into the world and out for adventure and out for discovery. And so, yes, this is just a very, very beautiful energy. So many attractive things about your divine feminine side and how beautiful and strong these traits are in you. But I just want to see if there's anything else. We're going to use this deck here to see if there's any other ways that you're attractive or alluring to people, or looking into more of your divine feminine traits. Wow, okay, we're getting, it's funny because I'm just laughing because I'm like, oh, this is so obvious. So we're seeing tenderness here. You do have a very, very tender side, and I'm gonna say you have a divine feminine quality of tender touch. You're not afraid to reach out and to, hug a friend, or to rub somebody's back when they're crying, or to hold somebody's hand. And that is very, very beautiful because you've been able to heal with your touch. And of course, your intuitive side allows you to know when it's time for that or when someone needs that. And so you're very tender with people. You have a strong energy, but just like a wild horse can have moments of peace and calm and beauty, like so do you. So you are kind of on fire for life, but you also have like a tenderness. And I think this tenderness is also how you approach your creativity. Since you're so good at organizing and managing things, this divine feminine energy of tenderness comes out in how you creatively express yourself. So you have fine attention to detail. You might be someone who's able to stitch things that are very small, or able to maybe do some type of graphic design or computer related work that has a lot of detail to it. Or you might be somebody who sings. I always see Queen of Wands type of divine feminine energy is like the songbird. You can sing and have a very tender way of expressing your emotions and coming from the heart. So however you choose to create, you do it with tenderness. Also, this divine feminine quality you have that's very attractive is the gift of just simplicity. No doubt you're a logical person and you come from your heart, but you're just, since you're so intuitive, you're just able to make decisions like bam. And so other people see that about you, and it helps them not to overcomplicate their lives. Ultimately, you take your approach to life just very simply, and you might live your life with simplicity, and it's a beautiful divine feminine energy around you of simplicity. Grief. You've turned your grief and your suffering into grace. So it's an energy of transmuting. You know what I think is really fascinating is that when I've traveled to Egypt twice, and you see a lot of these old like paintings and artwork and pottery, and you see these archetypes of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and you know, you've got this king or this masculine energy that is sitting on the throne and that is ruling, and they'll sometimes be sitting, and the divine feminine will be reaching their hand out and putting their hand on the shoulder of the king. And like, they show how back in that civilization that the divine feminine energy, and we're not talking about gender once again, just divine feminine energy was really appreciated for the intuition and for the support and for the grace and for the wisdom. And so I feel like you're somebody who brings people wisdom in their grief or in their pain, or you are able to take that energy and turn it into something creative, that you don't wallow there. You've been through your times of depression, you feel your emotions, but your grief is great. You turn it into grace, and I think that's beautiful. And this is also an energy of forgiveness. Basically, you just don't really blame people. You don't judge people. We have our moments, once again, of when we're very upset and we're going through things, but ultimately, you are not somebody who bears grudges, and you give people a second chance, maybe not a third, because you know how to have healthy boundaries. And that's definitely an energy of Queen of Wands, of course, but you forgive, you don't carry burdens, you process, through grief, through art, through creativity, and you lead a beautiful example of how to do that for others through how you live your life. And I think that is absolutely amazing, very, very attractive divine feminine qualities of you. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and see what are your most attractive divine feminine qualities. Which divine feminine qualities do you have that are the strongest? We're going to look at your personality profile just a little bit. So let's see what cards you're getting. And you're getting the Queen of Pentacles. So your biggest divine feminine quality is the gift of practicality, the gift of nurture. It kind of goes hand in hand. Like, to you, it doesn't make sense to not nurture the people, the relationships, your space. You spread beauty and magic everywhere you go. So let's talk first about your space. You're probably someone who's very into like decorating or organizing or cleaning, or you like things a particular way. So people will come into your home and really notice that divine feminine energy you have of like just how you decorate, how you care for your space. And maybe some of you guys here are kind of like feeling, I don't know about that, because maybe your place is messy or whatever, but it could be something as simple as like the artwork you hang on your walls, or the style that you have. Maybe you're into like some really dark like stuff or whatever, or you decorate with like really harsh or like bold colors and intensity, but it doesn't have to be like super like feminine or whatever, like traditionally what society says feminine is. It's more just the energy that's behind it, of the care and the nurture that you give to your environment. So your environment is really important to you. Creating sacred space is really important to you. You could be someone who's moved many times because you like that feeling of renewal, of decorating your space or cleaning the space or creating harmony in the space. You could be someone who rearranges furniture a lot or likes to bring new things into your space. I see people with this energy, this divine feminine quality of being able to beautify and clean and create feng shui and harmony in this space. And we cannot discount the fact that you have a green thumb. it's difficult to find somebody who's got this Queen of Pentacles energy. The divine feminine side of them is it's just difficult to find someone like that who isn't good with plants. So it's possible that you love plants, or you love flowers, or you love working with the land, or you've always got your hands in the dirt. You might notice, and maybe you should try if you haven't, taking care of plants, even if it's just a little herb garden in your kitchen window or something. You're gonna notice that you have a very special connection with plants, and that they just grow around you. It's funny because as I'm talking about this person, I'm being reminded of one of my best friends, and she, like, plants love her. It's just crazy. And you know what? She does move a lot, and she's always decorating her space a certain way, and she likes to have things arranged a certain way. She's creative. She'd get a little messy sometimes, but everything is always, she just got a really great taste and has a great way of decorating, and sacred space in the home is so important to her. And it's just, I have memories of going over to her place and just feeling so healed there. And also, every time I visited, the plants had grown like crazy. I was like, what? I was just here a couple weeks ago, and this tiny little plant is now like growing to the floor and like wrapping around everything, and it's just kind of funny. So yes, you're someone that plants just love. Beautiful connection with the earth, a strong nurturing spirit. And you know, maybe it's a little bit of a cliche, but animals and children are definitely drawn to you. You might be sitting out at a cafe and everybody's dog wants to come up to you, and they're wagging their tail, or they want to sniff at you. And you might notice that at everybody else at the cafe, that the dog might not come to, or the cat might not come to. So you're gonna have a special connection with animals always. And the energy you bring to animals is, they feel joyful at first, and then they want to like kind of take a nap. Like, your touch to them is very calming. I think all animals love to be pet, and you know, can be a little hyped up, but there's something very unique with you and how you nurture and heal animals. So you might notice that animals like a bird with a broken wing, or a cat that is, you know, sick or something, you might stumble across that a lot in your path, or you might notice that, and you might rescue animals, or you might have helped animals, or feel a really strong connection to help the earth, or to help the planet, to help animals. And so I think that this earth healer energy, divine feminine quality, the nurturer, is very, very strong in you. And then there's another thing about children, that even if you're not really like a children type of person, or you don't plan on having children, or you don't have children, there's no children in your life, there's two things here. One I see is that kids will randomly stare at you and run up to you at the grocery store. If you've got a child, like, you're a great parent. And I think that maybe you even have a job where you're working with children, or you feel called to work with children. You have a really sweet, nurturing connection with children. And if you're not a parent yet, but you plan to be, you will make an amazing parent, just naturally. It'll come so natural to you, okay? Now, there's also the inner child. You're somebody who likes fun and joy, and you just want life to be like a playground. And so you create that fun and that joy for people. And I see you healing through laughter a lot, and talking to people about like the ironies in life, and pointing out like the kind of like the joke of life, you know, the cosmic joke in situations. And it's funny because she's almost kind of rolling her eyes in this photo. This person is like kind of rolling their eyes, and they might look a little timid or shy here, but to me it's funny because it reminds me of any Queen of Pentacles type of friend or person I've known, who just has that energy of like, you know what, whatever, like, it is what it is, and I'm gonna nurture myself. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have a nice meal, and I'm just gonna do my thing. So home and the family is very important to you, and like people are attracted to you because you know how to take care, you know how to nurture, and you know how to cook a good meal, or how to make people feel comfortable in your space or even in nature. So wow, I'm just really seeing so many things kind of flash in front of me about this Queen of Pentacles energy you have, or your divine feminine qualities, but the nurturing has to be the biggest one. And I also see something about you where you're a very hard worker. We can't discount that this is like the Pentacles card, and like Pentacles is like the money maker. And it has a lot to do with money and your job and the workplace, the Pentacle suit and the Tarot. So what I see here is that you are really good at manifesting. And I think manifesting is a very divine feminine quality of like calling energy to you, receiving energy, creating magic, whether you're like doing this in a really magical law of attraction type of way, or it's just something that's natural for you. Opportunities constantly coming in your life, the next level up, or going to the next level in your life, or moving up or moving forward in life is very natural to you. And so people are attracted to you because you constantly reinvent yourself, but also like nurture. And so it's like the inventor, the worker, but also like the nurturer. So some of you guys might be called to like careers such as caregiving or nursing, or because of course you're an empath and you're very good at nurturing, or working with animals, or working with children, or being a social worker or something. But you're also very creative. I mean, we've got these flowers up here, and we've got this pentacle with the mind, and so you could literally be someone who is actually bringing in a lot of abundance through divine feminine qualities such as creativity. And so it's interesting, there's a strong message here for you that like your divine feminine energy when it comes to like your creativity is so strong that you could turn this into a job or into a lifestyle if you haven't already. So you're definitely the nurturer, the creator of sacred space, and the manifester of abundance. And so I think these are some beautiful qualities. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel. I will see you next time. Peace out.